Good morning, boys and girls. Today, I want to tell you about the very saddest day, but then how it turned out to be happy in the end. So today, we're going to talk about Jesus. And when Jesus was living on earth, something really, really sad happened. Jesus was arrested by some very bad guys. They thought that they were doing the right thing, but they weren't. They arrested him and they put him in jail, and they decided that it was time for him to die because he was trying to tell people about God, and they didn't think he was saying the right things. So they put him in jail, and then they hurt him, they beat him up, they spit on him, they laughed at him, they were very mean to him. And then they gave him a cross, and they made him carry it all the way to a very high hill. And on that hill, they pounded Jesus' hands and feet with nails to the cross, and then they let him hang on that cross and die. So that was a very, very sad day. And then Satan thought he had won because Jesus was dead. But Satan is not the strongest. God always wins. And God won again this day because Jesus had died on that cross, not for himself, but for you and for me. That's how much he loves us. He died so that all of the naughty things that we've done, all the things we wished we wouldn't have, and sometimes even things we're kind of glad we did, but we know we're wrong. He died for every single one of those things. And then came the happiest day. After his friends had put him into a grave, they didn't want the animals to eat his body, so they rolled a great big heavy stone right in front of the cave. And then they left him there because the next day was the Sabbath, and so nobody was allowed to work on that day or to go visit on that day. And so early, 2 days later, on the third day after Jesus' death, the ladies came to the tomb, and they were going to bring special spices, and they were going to pray and to cry over his tomb because they missed him so much. But when they got there, the stone was rolled away. They couldn't believe their eyes. They thought, what is going on here? And they looked, and there was nobody in the thing. And they thought, oh no, what happened? Somebody took Jesus away. But there were angels, and the angel said, don't worry, Jesus isn't here. He has gone to heaven just as he said. So they looked around, and they said, we've got to tell the disciples. So they ran back, and they told everybody they saw, Jesus is alive. And Jesus came and showed people on earth that he was alive. For 40 days, he went to all of his friends and to big crowds to show them that he was alive, that he was raised from the dead, and that he's waiting in heaven for you and for me. And guess what? He's making a special room that's just for you, and a special room that's just for me, and it's going to be perfect when we get to heaven. We will have everything we need and everything we want. It will be just great. So this very sad day turned into a very happy day. Now, let's see if you can remember what you're supposed to say. Jesus' power lets us live forever in heaven. Trust Jesus. Did you get it? Let's try it one more time. Jesus' power lets us live forever in heaven. Trust Jesus. You got it. Now, let's learn the Bible memory verse. The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. Romans 8, verse 11. Let's try it again. The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. Romans 8, verse 11. We'll see you tomorrow.